Michigan State redshirt junior tight end Michael Masunas is tied for second on the team in touchdowns this season. Masunas has battled injuries throughout his time in East Lansing, and Ardesharian McBroom recently sat down with him to see how he has battled through that adversity and how he's now making an impact for the Spartan offense.
From an early age, Michigan State redshirt junior Michael Masunas knew he wanted his life to include football at some capacity. And before he even had his eyes set on high school, it was a foregone conclusion in his head that he would play at the highest level of college athletics.
Definitely somewhere around middle school, because that's when I started doing like USA football camps and started going around. And like I've always been one of the bigger kids growing up, and started seeing some people in other places, like, you know, we can see what this goes. And then I think we definitely focused in on football and got lucky and got some nice offers and got to come here.
Massunas says he was a little bit bigger than most kids when he was growing up, and due to that, he would typically play a few ages up, but he used those early growing pains as lessons.
I think it helped physically and mentally, like, to prepare going against people who are bigger. And also, like, growing up with a brother who was 7 years older, I got to play with his friends, so definitely playing with bigger kids helped me be more physical in that manner.
You know, through playing different positions, how did you kind of land on playing tight end?
Rob Gronkowski was always my favorite player growing up, so I've always liked his play style, and I think I kind of like grew into a tight end. I love catching the ball and I love blocking, so I was like, this is the perfect mix.
So if you get a touchdown this week, you know, we might see a Gronk spike?
I wish. I just don't want to get a 15-yard penalty. If that was legal, I definitely would.
From watching Gronkowski, Masunas would start to develop into one of the top tight end prospects in his class out of high school, leading to Michigan State hoping to land the talented tight end.
They were a little later in my recruiting, but I think once I came out here, it was, I think, junior year of the summer. I think I came out here and I definitely got to see the offense and got to see how Big Ten football plays, and I think that definitely fit my play style and my build of Big Ten tight ends, bigger people, and just more physical.
Last season as a redshirt sophomore, Masunas would only play in 4 games as he would need season-ending shoulder surgery, an injury Masunas says tested him in more ways than one.
Yeah, so freshman year I tore my other labrum, so I had been through the process of dealing with that. So I kind of knew what I was going into, surgery-wise. I tried to rehab it back, but I wasn't able to get back to where I wanted to. And I think as my family, coaches, everyone, we all came to agreement, all right, let's get this done so I can be back. It was definitely tough, but I think the thing that helped me most was obviously trusting God's plan. I've been through it before, so I knew what not to do, what to do, and definitely being around the team more helped, being around my friends and family helped.
What was the process like for you, you know, when you got the green light that you were able to return to action? Because I know you said you wanted to be ready for spring ball.
It was awesome, you know, because it's a hard, long 4 months that you got to go through. You got your ups and downs through it all, but I think you just trust in the process, listen to the trainers and stuff. But it was definitely a nice feeling to be back out there.
How beneficial, I know you talked about God and family, how beneficial were those 2 key pieces to your life when you were going through this process?
Very important. Those are the main people I talk to all day, and they're the most supportive and definitely helped me, and I just trust in the process with God and his plan, because you never know where he's going to take you.
After dealing with 2 different injuries and finding his footing in the program, a new coach in Jonathan Smith was coming to East Lansing to lead the Spartans, and Masunas was left with the decision on whether to stay at MSU or enter the transfer portal.
We definitely talked about it, but it was also at the point I had no film. I was just coming off an injury, and I was like, you know what, I want to give this staff a chance. They had a good offense back at Oregon State. I think I could fit here very well. Velling was very successful back there, and I was like, I think this could be a good opportunity. So let's see how the spring goes, and spring went great, and it was awesome, and I loved them, and I was like, yeah, let's just stay.
You got a few games under you guys' belt this season. What's it been like to not only return to the field for practice, but return to actual game action?
It's been awesome. The fans have been awesome this year. Being around that environment, seeing everything happening, I think we got something special here. It's just a different energy this year, and I'm loving it.
And with the work the Spartans say they have put in behind the scenes, as well as Michigan State getting off to a hot start this season, Masunas isn't mixing words on what the goal is for this program this season.
Our goal is a Big Ten championship. I think everyone who plays wants to go win a championship, and that's obviously one of ours. We want to make it there and go win. And I think it comes down to week after week, focusing on the team at hand, not getting ahead.
What do you think the biggest difference is between, I guess, year one when Coach Smith came in and now where you guys kind of understand what is expected of you a little bit more?
Like this is like year two for most of us. Just going through that year one, like it was tough. We didn't know what we were doing sometimes, but just going through it to now we have those reps where we're able to adjust.
Having gone through 2 surgeries and pushing through the hard times, Masunas is proud of the way he has handled the adversity that has been dealt to him. He also wants to help bring that winning culture back to Michigan State football.